Stella! Stella, baby!
Don't holler at me like that. I miss you.
Yes!
What?
Me!
Hey, where you going?
Come on.
Can I come watch?
Come on.
Be over in a minute. Hello, Eunice. How are you?
I'm all right. Tell Steve to get him a poor boy sandwich, because there's nothing left here.
What was that he threw at her?
You hush now.
Catch what? Oh, you excuse me.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
What's the matter, honey? Are you lost?
They told me to take a streetcar named Desire and then transfer to one called Cemeteries and ride 6 blocks and get off at Elysian Fields.
That's where you are now.
At Elysian Fields?
This here's Elysian Fields.
They must not have understood what number I wanted.
For what number you looking for?
632?
You don't have to look no further.
I'm looking for my sister, Stella Dubois. Mrs. Stanley Kowalski.
That's the party. You did just miss her, though.
Can this be her home?
She's got the downstairs here, and I got the upper.
Oh, she's out?
You notice that bowling alley around the corner?
I'm not sure I did.
Well, that's where she's at, watching her husband bowl. You want to leave your suitcase here and go find her?
No.
I go tell you come.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
So she wasn't expecting you then?
No, not tonight.
Well, why don't you just go on in and make yourself at home till they get back?
Well, how could I do that?
We own the place. I can let you in. It's a little messed up right now, but when it's clean, it's real sweet.
Is it?
Uh-huh. I think so. So, you're Stella's sister?
Yes. Thanks for letting me in.
Por nada, as the Mexicans say, por nada. Stella spoke of you.
Yes.
I think she said you taught school,
Yes.
and you're from Mississippi, huh?
Yes.
She showed me a picture of your home place, the plantation.
Bell Rev?
A great big place with white columns.
Yes.
A place that big must be awfully hard to keep up.
If you will excuse me, I'm just about to draw.
Oh, sure, now you can sit down now.
Oh, what I meant was I'd like to be left alone.
Oh, I see. Well, I shall make myself scarce in that case.
I didn't mean to be rude.
No, it's all right. I'll just go down to the bowling alley and hustle her up.
I've got to keep hold of myself. Leah! Stella! Oh, Stella the star! Oh, now let me look at you, but don't you look at me. No, not till later. Not till I've bathed and rested and turn that overlight off. You hear me? Turn it off. I won't be looked at in this merciless glare. Oh, now my baby Stella the star. Oh, my God. I thought you'd never come back to this horrible place. Oh, what am I saying? I didn't mean to say that. I meant to be nice about it and say, oh, what a convenient location and such. Mrs. Lamb, you haven't said a word to me.
Well, you haven't given me a chance to, honey.
Well, now, if you open your mouth, open your pretty mouth and talk while I look around for some liquor. I know you must have some liquor on the place, but where could it be, I wonder? Oh, I spy!
Why don't you let me pour the liquor? I don't know what we've got to mix with, but maybe a soda's in the icebox.
Oh,
Look and see, honey, while
no soda, not with my nerves tonight. don't get worried. Your sister hasn't turned into a drunkard. She's just all shaken up and hot and tired and dirty. You sit down now and explain this place to me. What are you doing in a place like this?
Please, Blanche.
Oh, now, I'm not going to be hypocritical about it. I'm going to be honestly critical about it. Never, never, never in my worst dreams could I picture only Poe. Only Mr. Edgar Allan Poe could do it justice. Why, I suppose out there's the ghoul-haunted woodlands of Weir.
No, honey, those are the L&M tracks.
No, now, seriously, putting joking aside, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you write me, honey? Why didn't you let me know?
Tell you what, Blanche?
Why that you had to live in these conditions?
Aren't you being a little tense about it? It's really not that bad. New Orleans isn't like other cities.
Oh, this has got nothing to do with New Orleans. You might as well say, forgive me, bless you, baby, the subject is closed.
Thanks.
You're all I've got in the world, and you're not even glad to see me.
Oh, honey, you know that's not true.
I've forgotten how quiet you were.
Well, you never did give me a chance to say much, Blanche. I just got in the habit of being quiet around you.
A good habit to get into. You haven't asked how I happened to get away from school before the spring term ended.
Well, I figured you'd just volunteer that information if you wanted to tell me.
You thought I'd been fired?
No, I thought you might have resigned.
I was so exhausted by all I've been through, my nerves broke. I was on the verge of lunacy almost. So Mr. Graves is a high school superintendent. He suggested I take a leave of absence. Well, I couldn't put all those details into the wire. That buzz is right through me and feels so good. Oh no, one's my limit. You haven't said a word about my appearance.
Well, you look just fine, Blanche.
God love you for a liar. Daylight never exposed so total ruin.
Oh.
But you put on a little weight. Yes, you have. You're just as plump as a little partridge. And it's so becoming to you.
Now, Blanche.
Yes, it is. It is, or I wouldn't say it. Hey, you just gotta watch around the hips is all. Stand up.
Not now.
You hear me? I said stand up. Oh, well, you spilled something on that pretty collar. About your hair, you ought to have it cut in a feather bar with your dainty features. You have a maid, don't you, Stella?
Oh, well, it's 2 rooms. They just...
What? 2 rooms, did you say?
Yes, this one and...
The other one? I'm just gonna take just one little tiny bit more, sort of put the stop on, so to speak, and then put the bottle away so it won't be tempted. I want you to take a look at my figure. You know, I haven't put on 1 ounce in 10 years, Stella. I weigh what I weighed the summer you left Belred. The summer Dad died and you left us.
It's amazing how wonderful you look in Blanche.
But Stella, there's only 2 rooms, and I don't see where you're going to put me.
Oh, well, we're going to put you right here.
Oh, what kind of bed is this? One of them collapsible things?
Does it feel all right?
Wonderful, honey. I don't like bed that gives much. But there's no door between the rooms, and Stanley, will it be decent?
Stanley is Polish, you know.
Oh, yes. They're something like the Irish, aren't they?
Well,
They're not so highbrow. I brought some nice clothes to meet all your lovely friends in.
I'm afraid you won't think that's quite so lovely.
What are they like?
They're Stanley's friends.
Polacks?
They're a mixed lot, Blanche.
Oh, heterogeneous types.
Yes, Tops is right.
Well, I brought some nice clothes and I'll wear them. I guess you're hoping I'll say I'll put up at a hotel, but I'm not going to put up at a hotel. I want to be near you. I've got to be with somebody. I can't be alone because, as you must have noticed, I'm not very well.
Oh, honey, you do seem tired. tired or overwrought or something.
Well, Stanley locked me over like you're just a visiting in-law, Stella. I couldn't stand that.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Just try not to compare him to the men we went out with back home.
Why, is this so different?
Yes, a different species.
Oh. What's he like?
Oh, you can't describe someone you're in love with. Here's a picture.
Oh, an officer.
A master sergeant in the engineer corps. Those are decorations.
Oh, you had those on when you met him?
I assure you, I wasn't blinded by all the brass.
That's not what I meant.
But there were things to adjust myself to later on.
Such as his civilian background. How did he take it when you said I was coming?
Oh, Stanley doesn't know yet.
Oh, you haven't told him?
He's on the road a good deal.
Oh, travels?
Yes.
Good. I mean, isn't it?
I can hardly stand it when he's away for a night.
Why, Stella?
He's away for a week. I nearly go wild.
Gracious.
When he comes back, I cry on his lap like a baby.
Well, I guess that is what is meant by being in love. Stella,
What?
I haven't asked you all the things you probably thought I was going to ask you, so I'll expect you to be understanding about what it is I have to tell you.
What, Blanche?
You're going to reproach me. I know that you're bound to reproach me, but before you do, take into consideration that you left. I stayed at Baer, but stayed and struggled, and you came to New Orleans to look after yourself. I stayed at Baer and tried to hold it together. I'm not meaning this in any reproachful way, but all the burden descended on my shoulders.
The best I could do was try to make my own living, Blanche.
I know, but you are the one who abandoned Baer, not I. I stayed and fought for it, bled for it, almost died for it.
Stop this hysterical outburst. What do you mean you fought for it, bled for it?
I knew you would take this attitude about it.
What attitude about it? What happened?
The loss. The loss.
Velvet. Lost it.
Yes.
How did it go?
You're a fine one to ask how it went.
Blanche.
You're a fine one to stand there accusing me of it.
Blanche.
I took the blows in my face and my body. All of those deaths. The long parade to the graveyard. Father, Mother, Margaret, that dreadful wave, so big with it it couldn't be put into a coffin but had to be burned like rubbish. You just came home in time for the funeral, Stella. And funerals are pretty compared to deaths. Funerals are quiet, but death's not always. Sometimes they'll breathe in his hoarse, and sometimes it rattles, and sometimes they cry out to you, "Don't let me go!" Even the old sometimes say, "Don't let me go," as if you were able to stop them. But funerals are quiet with pretty flowers and what gorgeous boxes they pack them away in. Unless you were there at the bench when they cried out, "Hold me," you'd never suspect that there was a struggle for breath or bleeding. You didn't dream, but I saw, and now you stand there telling me with your eyes that I let the place go. How in the hell do you think all that sickness and dying was paid for? Death is expensive, Miss Stella, and old cousin Jessie's right after Margaret's hers. Well, you the Grim Reaper that set up his tent on our doorstep, Stella. Bell Red was his headquarters. Honey, that's how it slipped through my fingers. Which of them left us a fortune? Which of them left a sense of insurance even? Only poor Jessie, 100 to pay for her coffin. That was all, Stella, and I with my pitiful salary at the school? Yes, accuse me. Stab me thinking I let the place go. I let the place go? Where were you, in bed in your pull-up?
Blanche. That is
that how he got it?
Sure, that's how he got it. He hit the old Weatherford for $300 on a 6-number ticket.
Don't tell him those things, he'll believe it.
Hey, Mitch, come back. Hey, are we playing poker tomorrow night?
Yeah, sure, Mitch.
No, not at my place. My mother's still sick. All right, fine, my place. But you bring the beer.
Bring it up down there. I made a spaghetti dish, but I ate it myself.
Hey, I told you, and I phoned you that we was playing at Jack's beer.
You never phoned me once.
I told you at breakfast and I phoned you at lunch.
Never mind about all that now. You just get yourself home here now and again.
What do you want it in the papers?
You must be Stanley. I'm Blanche.
Stella, sister.
Yes.
Well, hello. Where's the little woman?
In the bathroom?
Ah. Didn't know you was coming to town. Where you from, Blanche?
I'm from Laurel.
Right, Laurel. Not my territory, Laurel. Liquor goes fast in warm weather. You want a shot?
No, I rarely touch it.
Some people rarely touch it, but touch them all. Hey, my clothes are sticking to you. You mind if I make myself comfortable?
No, please do.
Be comfortable. It's my mom.
It's mine too. It's hard to stay looking fresh. Why, I haven't washed or even powdered my face, and here you are.
You can get sick sitting around and damn things. Especially when you've been working hard like both of us. You're a teacher, ain't you, Blanche?
Yes.
What do you teach?
English?
Ooh. Yeah, never was much good at English. How long are you here for?
I don't know yet.
Are you shacking up here?
I thought I would if it's not inconvenient for y'all.
Good.
Traveling wears me out.
Well, take it easy. Hey, Stella!
Yes, Stanley?
You didn't fall in yet, did you? I'm afraid I'll strike you as the unrefined type. Stella's told me lots about you. She said you was married once.
Yes. When I was quite young,
What happened?
the boy died. I think I'm going to be sick.
What's all this monkey doing?
Oh, Stan. I'm taking Blanche to Galatoire's for supper because it's poker night.
What am I supposed to do for supper? I ain't going to no Galatoire's.
I'll put you a cold plate on ice.
Isn't that just it?
I'm going to try and keep her out till the party breaks up because I don't know how she'll take it. I'm going to go to one of those little places in the quarter afterwards and, well, you better give me some money.
Where is she?
She's soaking in a hot bath with quiet of nerves. She's terribly upset.
Oh, yeah?
She's been through such an ordeal.
What do you mean?
Stan, we've lost Belle Red.
Place in the country.
Oh, yes.
How?
Oh, I don't know. It had to be sacrificed or something. Listen, when she gets out of the bathroom, be sure to say something nice about her dress. Oh, and don't mention the baby. I haven't said anything yet. I'm waiting until she gets into a quieter condition.
So,
Oh, and try to be nice to her and understand her, Stan. From the land of the sky to water, they brought a captive race. Oh, and she wasn't expecting to find us in such a small space. You see, I tried to gloss things over a little bit in my letters.
so.
And try to say something nice about her appearance and tell her how wonderful she's looking. Things like that are important to Blanche, a little weakness.
Yeah, I get it. Why'd you back up to the point where you said that the place in the country was disposed of?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, let's have a little bit more on that subject.
It's best not to talk about right now until she calms down a bit.
So that's the deal then, huh? Sister Blanche cannot be bothered with business details right now.
You saw how she was last night.
Yeah, I saw how she was. Now I want to see a bill of sale.
I haven't seen any.
She didn't show you no bill of sale?
It seems like it wasn't sold.
Well, what was it then? Given away? To charity?
Lower your voice.
I don't care if she can hear me. I want to see some papers.
I don't know about any papers. She hasn't shown me any papers, and I don't care about the papers.
Have you ever heard of the Napoleonic Code?
No, I haven't, and I don't see what it has to do with anything.
Well, let me enlighten you on a point or two, baby. See, the state of Louisiana, we have what's called the Napoleonic Code, under which what belongs to the husband belongs to the wife, and vice versa. So, if you have a piece of property, or I have a piece of property,
My head is swimming.
fine. I'll wait till she's done soaking in the hot tub. Then I'll ask her if she's heard of the Napoleonic Code, because it seems to me that you've been swindled, baby. And when you're swindled under the Napoleonic Code, I'm swindled too. And I don't like being swindled.
There's plenty of time to ask her questions later, but if you do now, she'll go to pieces again. I don't know what happened to Belgrade, but you don't know how ridiculous you're being when you suggest that my sister or I or any other member of my family perpetrated a swindle on anyone else.
Well, where's the money? If the place was sold.
Not sold. Lost. Lost. Stanley.
Open your eyes to this stuff, Stella. You think she got this on a teacher's salary?
Hush.
Fox furs, Fine fox furs. Where are your fox furs, Stella?
Oh, don't be such an idiot, Stanley. These are inexpensive summer furs that Blanche has had a long time.
I have an acquaintance who deals in that type of merchandise, and I will have him up to appraisal. And what have we here? The treasure chest of a pirate. What is this sister of yours, Stella? A deep sea diver? Pearl. Rolls of pearl. Gold bracelets. Where are your pearls and gold bracelets, Stella? And diamonds. A crown for an empress.
That is a rhinestone tiara that Blanche has had a long time.
It's a rhinestone.
Next door to glass.
Are you kidding me? I have an acquaintance who works in the jewelry store, and I'll have him up to appraise those. Here's your plantation, Stella. What's left of it? Here.
You have no idea how stupid and horrid you're being. Now get out of here before Blanche comes out of the bathroom.
The Walskis and the Dubois are very different notions.
Indeed they do, and thank heavens. Now you come out of the porch with me while Blanche is getting dressed.
When you give me yours.
Are you going to stay in here and insult her?
You're damn right I'm staying in here.
Well, hello, Stanley. Here I am, all freshly bathed and scented and feeling like a brand new human being. Excuse me while I put on my pretty new dress.
Go right ahead.
I understand there's to be a card party here tonight to which we ladies are cordially not invited.
That's right.
Where's Stella?
Stella's on the porch.
I'm going to ask a favor of you in a moment.
Could that be, I wonder?
Button in the back. You may enter. How do I look?
Look all right?
Now for the button.
Can't do nothing with it.
You man with your big clumsy fingers. May I have a drag on your seat?
Have one for yourself.
Oh, many thanks. And looks like my trunk has exploded.
Stella and I was helping you unpack.
Well, certainly did a fast and thorough job of it.
Look like you're ready for some pretty stylish shops in Paris.
Yes, clothes are my passion.
How much one of them phosphors cost?
Well, those were a tribute from an admirer of mine.
Must have had quite a bit of admiration.
Yes, in my youth, I excited some admiration. But look at me now. Would you believe it possible that I was once considered to be attractive?
Your looks are okay.
I was fishing for a compliment, Stanley.
I don't go into that sort of stuff.
What stuff?
Compliments to women about their looks. Never met a woman who didn't know she was good looking or not, unless someone was telling her. And some of you take more credit than you deserve. Take this woman I used to date. She would say, I am the glamorous type. I am the glamorous type. You know what I said to her? So
What did she say then?
She didn't say nothing. She shut her up like that.
Did it end the romance?
End of the conversation. That's about it.
I cannot imagine any witch of a woman casting a spell over you.
That's right.
You're simple, straightforward, and honest. Why, to interest you, a woman would have to...
Lay the cards on the table.
Well, I never cared for wishy-washy people. That's why when I walked in here last night, I said to myself, my sister has married a man. Of course, that was all I could tell about you.
All right, let's cut the rebound.
Oh,
Stanley, stop picking on Blanche.
Your sister and I is having a conversation.
honey, do me a favor. Would you run to the corner drugstore and get me a lemon coke with plenty of chip dyes in it? Would you do that for me, sweetie?
Fine.
Poor little thing was out there listening to us. I have an idea that she doesn't understand you as well as I do. All right, Mr. Kowalski. Let us proceed without any more double talk. I'm ready to answer all questions. I have nothing to hide. What is it?
In the state of Louisiana, we have what's known as the Napoleonic Code, under which what belongs to the husband belongs to the wife, and vice versa.
My, but you have an impression. Judicial air.
It wasn't Stella's sister, I'll get ideas about you.
Such as what?
The place of a gun. No what.
All right. Cards on the table. That suits me. I know I fib a good deal. After all, a woman's charm is 50% illusion. But when a thing is important, I tell the truth. And this is the truth. I have not cheated my sister, or you, or anyone else, as long as I have lived.
Where are the papers? They in that trunk?
Everything I own is in that trunk. What in the hell are you thinking of? What is in the back of that little boy's mind of yours? That I am absconding or something, committing some kind of treachery on my sister? Let me do that. It'll be faster and simpler. I keep most of my papers in this tin box.
What's them down there?
Those are love letters. Yellowing with antiquity, all from one boy. Give those back to me!
I'll have a look at them first.
The touch of your hand insults them!
Don't pull that stuff.
Now that you touch them, I'll burn it!
What are
Poems the dead boy wrote? I hurt him the way you like to hurt me, but you can't. I'm not young and vulnerable anymore, but my young husband was not. Never mind about that, just give it back to me.
What do you mean he'd have to burn?
I'm sorry, I must have lost my head for a moment. Everyone has something they won't let others touch because of their intimate nature. Ambler, Crabtree, more Ambler and Ambler.
What's Ambler and? Then it was lost on the voyage.
I guess that must be what happened.
I don't want no ifs, ands, or buts. But what's the rest of the papers?
There are thousands of papers stretching back over hundreds of years, affecting Bel Rev as piece by piece our improvident grandfathers, father, uncles, and brothers exchanged the land for their epic fornications, to put it plainly. The four-letter word deprived us of our plantation until all that was left, and Stella can verify that, was the house itself and about 20 acres of ground, including a graveyard, to which all but Stella and I have now retreated. Here all of them are, all papers. Take them. I hereby endow you with them. Peruse them. Commit them to memory even. I think it wonderfully fitting that Bel Rev should finally be this bunch of old papers in your big, capable hands.
I have a lawyer acquaintance who will study these out.
Present them to him with a box of aspirin tablets. I wonder if Stella's come back with my lemon coat.
It's just that under the Napoleonic Code, man's got to be interested in his wife's affairs. Especially when she's having a baby.
Stella? Stella's gonna have a baby? I didn't know she was gonna have a baby. Oh, Stella! Stella for Star! Oh, how lovely to have a baby! Oh, it's all right. Everything's all right.
So sorry that he did that to you.
I guess he's just not the type that goes in for jasmine perfume. But maybe he's what we need to mix with our blood now that we've lost Bel Rev. We thrashed it out. I feel a bit shaky, but I think I handled it well. I laughed and treated it all as a joke. I called him a little boy and laughed and flirted. Yes, I flirted with your husband. Oh, well. Oh, Stella, it seems that the poker party guests will be here soon. Which way do we go now? This way?
No, this way.
The blind are leading the blind.
Anything wild this deal?
When our Jack's a while.
I'm out. Anyone want to show up?
Yeah, me. Let's sit down and chime in and get us a little chop suey.
We're not losing, you want to eat. Come on, any of them. Open it. Get your ass off the table, Mitch. Only thing belongs on a card table is chips, cards, and whiskey. Trying to up on your high horse, ain't you? Deal. My odds are home anyway. Shut up. My mother's still sick. She don't go to sleep till I come in at night. Well, what do you come here for then? Just to go out, so I go out. I don't enjoy myself the whole time. I'm worried about how she's doing. Well, go home then. You're all married, but I'll be alone when she goes. I'm going to the bathroom. Now hurry back. We'll fix you a sugar tin. Oh, poor brother.
All right, so this gang is 7 card stuff. And now this farmer, he's all out back of his house, throwing corn for the chickens. When all of a sudden he hears this loud cackle, and the young hen comes around outside of the house, lickety-split, with the rooster right behind him and gaining on her fast.
Deal.
Well, the rooster, he sees the farmer throwing on the corn, and he holds up, lets the hen get away, and starts eating on the corn, and the farmer says, "Good Lord, I hope I never get that hungry."
The poker game is still going on. How I love lovely. Oh, I feel so hot and frazzled. Let me powder my face before you open the door. You look done in?
Why, no, Blanche, you look as fresh as a daisy.
One that's been picked a few days.
Oh. Well. Looks like you boys are still at it.
Where you been?
Blanche and I took you to show. Blanche, this is Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Hope.
Please don't get up.
No one's gonna get up. Don't worry.
How much longer is this game going to continue?
Till we ready to quit.
Polka is so fascinating. Did I get it?
You cannot. Look, why don't you women go upstairs and visit the units?
Because it's nearly 2:30. How about calling it quits after one more game? Ah! Stanley! It makes me so angry when he does that.
I think I will bathe.
Again?
Oh, my nerves are in knots. Anybody in the back room? No.
Oh, Blanche, this is Mr. Harold Mitchell. Mitch, this is my sister, Blanche Dubois.
How do you do, Mr. Watt?
How's your mother, Mitch?
Oh, she's about the same.
Oh, sorry.
She appreciated you sending over that duster. Excuse me.
I thought that would have a sort of sensitive look.
His mother's sick.
Oh, well, is he seems a little superior to the others.
She is.
Is he married?
No.
Is he a wolf?
Blanche, I don't think he would be.
Well, what does he do?
He works on the precision bench at the plant that Stanley travels for.
Is that something much?
No, Stanley's the only one of his crowd that's likely to get anywhere.
Well, what makes you think that Stanley will?
Look at him.
I've looked at him.
Then you should know.
I'm sorry, but I haven't noticed the stamp of genius even on Stanley's forehead.
It isn't genius, and it isn't on his forehead.
Oh, well, what is it anyway? I would like to know.
It's a drive that he has. Blanche, she's standing for a while. You should see their wives.
I can imagine.
The one upstairs. This one time, the plaster nearly cracked.
You had to keep it down in there.
You can't hear us.
Well, you can hear me. I said, hush up.
This is my house too.
Stella, don't start a row.
Oh, he's having drunk. I'll be out in a minute.
Who turned that on in there?
I did. Do you mind?
Turn it off.
Oh, let the girls have their music.
That's good. Leave it on.
It sounds like Xavier Kukat. But they're not even, I didn't hear you name it.
Didn't I name him Mitch?
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
God, what you doing there?
I know what he was doing. Looking through them drapes. You deal that hand again, let's play some poker. Or else let's quit. Some people get antsy when they win.
Yeah, he got it. $75 bills in his pocket, full Tennesse spitballs.
And tomorrow you see him at the cashier's window, changing them all into quarters.
Then they'll deposit them one by one in that piggy bank. Mom's got us for Christmas.
He'll be out over there.
Hello. Little boy's room is occupied right now.
We've been drinking beer.
Oh, I hate beer. Oh, I don't think so. It always makes me warm. Have you got any cigs?
Sure.
Oh, what kind are they?
Lucky?
Oh, good. Well, what a pretty case, Stella.
Yes. Just read the inscription.
Oh, does it have an inscription? I can't make it out. And if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death. Well, that is from my favorite sonnet by Mrs. Browning.
You know it?
Well, certainly I do.
The story goes along with that.
Sounds like a romance.
No, it's rather savage.
Oh,
Yes, the girl's dead now. They gave it to me. Very sweet girl. She knew she was dying and she gave it to me. Very sweet. Sweet woman.
she must have been fond of you. Sick people make such deep, sincere attachments.
Yes, we certainly do.
What little there is in the world belongs to those who have experienced some sorrow.
Yes, I believe you're right about that.
Sorrow makes for sincerity, I think.
Indeed.
Why, show me a person who hasn't known some sorrow, and I'll show you a superficial, lives in a damn drink. Well, I'm not used to having more than one drink. And 2 is my limit, and 3. Tonight I had 3.
Mitch! Hear me out. I'm talking to Miss,
Dubois?
Miss Dubois.
It's a French name. It means woods and Blanche means white, so the 2 together mean white woods. Like an orchard in spring. You can remember it by that.
You're French?
We are French by extraction. Our first American ancestors were French Huguenots.
You are Stella's sister.
Yes, Stella is my precious little sister. I call her little in spite of the fact that she is somewhat older than I am. Slightly less than a year. Would you do something for me?
Oh, sure.
I bought this adorable little colored paper lantern in a Chinese shop on Bud. Would you put it over the light bulb tree?
Certainly.
I can't stand a naked light bulb any more than I can a rude remark or a vulgar action.
I guess we strike you as a pretty rough bunch.
I'm very adaptable to circumstances.
Well, that's good. You are visiting Stanley and Stella.
Yes. Stella has been not very well, so I came to help her out for a while. She's very run down.
You're not,
Married? No. I'm an old maid school teacher.
Oh, you may teach school, but you're certainly not an old maid.
Why, thank you, sir. I appreciate your gallantry.
So you are in a profession.
Yes,
Grade
Yes,
school or high school?
Mitch! I'm coming!
goodness gracious, what lung power. I teach high school in Laurel.
Oh, what subject do you teach?
Games.
Oh, bet you teach art or music. Of course, I could be wrong. You can teach arithmetic.
Oh, never arithmetic, sir. Never arithmetic. Why, I don't even know my multiplication tables. No, I have the misfortune of being an English instructor. I attempt to instill Bobby Soxes and drugstore Romeos with a reverence for Hawthorne and Whitman and Poe.
I guess most of them must be interested in other things.
How right you are. Their literary heritage is not what most of them treasure above all else. They're sweet things, and in the spring it's touching to notice them making their first discovery of love as if no one had ever known it before. Oh, are you through? I put on some music.
Stella! You quit that howling and go back to bed!
Stella!
now. Listen to me. You remember Shep Huntley? Of course you remember Shep Huntley. I went out with him and wore his pin in my last year of college. I ran into him last winter. You know I went to Miami for the Christmas holidays?
No.
Well, I did. I took the trip as a sort of investment, thinking I'd meet somebody with $1 million.
Did you?
Yes, I ran into Shep Huntley. I ran into him on Biscayne Boulevard about dusk on Christmas Eve, getting into his car, Cadillac convertible. Must have been about a block long.
I should think it would have been inconvenient in traffic.
You've heard of oil wells?
Yes, remotely.
Well, he has them all over Texas. Texas is literally spouting gold in his pocket.
Oh, Mama.
You know how indifferent I am to money. I think of money in terms of what it does for you. But he could do it. He could certainly do it.
Do what, Blanche?
Why, set us up in a shop.
What kind of a shop?
I don't know, a shop of some kind. He could do it with half of what his wife throws away at the races.
He's married.
Honey, would I be here if the man weren't married? How do I get Western Union? Operator.
Where's the dial for, honey?
Dial?
Dial O.
Oh!
Oh, for operator.
Oh, I can't down to... Oh, where's a slip of paper? I need a pencil to write down the message first, I mean. Darling Shep. Sister and I in desperate situation.
I beg your pardon.
Sister and I in desperate situation. We'll explain details later. Would you be interested in? Never get anywhere with direct appeals? But I'll think of something. I've got to think of something.
I wish you would just let them go, at least for a while.
Oh, don't laugh at me, Stella. I want to show you the contents of my purse. Here's what's in it. 65 measly cents in coin of the realm.
Sammy doesn't give me a regular amount. He likes to pay the bills himself. This morning he gave me $10 to try and smooth things over. Here's 5.
Oh, no, Stella.
I know how having some pocket money on you helps you morale.
Thank you, I'll take to the streets.
Talk sense. How'd you manage to get so low on funds anyhow?
Money just goes, it goes places. Sometimes I've got to get a hold of a promo.
I'll fix you one now.
No, not yet. I've got to keep thinking.
Why don't you just let things go?
Stella, I can't live with him. He's your husband. You can, but how could I stay here with just these 2 rooms between us after last night?
You saw him at his worst last night.
On the contrary, I saw him at his best. And what such a man has to offer is animal force, and he gave a wonderful exhibition of that. Well, the only way to live with such a man is to go to bed with him, and that's your job, not mine.
Once you get some rest, you'll see that things will calm down. You don't have to worry about anything while you're here. Expenses on me.
I've got a plan for us both, to get us both out.
You take it for granted that I'm in something I want to get out of.
I take it for granted that you still have sufficient memory of Belred to find this place and these poker players impossible to live with.
And you're taking entirely too much for granted.
I can't believe you're in earnest.
No?
No, I can see how it happened a little. You saw him in a uniform, an officer, not here.
I don't think it would matter where I saw him.
Now, don't you say it was one of those mysterious electric things that happens between people. If you do, I'll laugh in your face.
I'm not going to say anything at all more about it.
All right, then don't.
But there are things that happen between a man and a woman in the dark that make everything else seem unimportant.
What you are talking about is brutal desire. Desire, the name of that rattletrap streetcar that bangs through the corner, up one old narrow street and down another.
Haven't you ever ridden that streetcar, Blanche?
It brought me here, where I'm not wanted and where I'm ashamed to be.
And don't you think his superior attitude is a bit out of place?
I am not being or feeling at all superior, Stella. Believe me, it's just this. This is how I see it. A man like that is someone to go out with once, twice, maybe 3 times when the devil's in you. To live with, to have a child by.
I told you I love him.
And I tremble for you. I just tremble for you.
I cannot help your trembling if you insist on trembling.
Stella, may I speak plainly?
Yes, do. Go ahead, as plainly as you want to.
Well, if you'll forgive me, he's coming.
Yes, I suppose he is.
Suppose? You cannot have forgotten that much of our bringing up that you just suppose that there's a gentleman in any part of his nature. Not one particle, no. Oh, if he was just plain or just ordinary, but good and wholesome. But no, there's something downright bestial about him. You hate me saying this, aren't you?
Go on, Blanche. Say it all.
He acts like an animal. Has an animal's habits. He eats like one, moves like one, talks like one. There's something so human about him. Something not quite to the level of humanity yet. Yes, something ape-like about him. Like one of those pictures I've seen in anthropological studies. Thousands and thousands of years have passed him right by, and there he is. Stanley Kowalski, survivor of the Stone Age, bearing the raw meat home from the kill in the jungle. And you here, waiting on him. Or maybe he'll strike you, or maybe grunt and kiss you. That is, if kisses have been discovered yet. Night falls, and the other apes gather in front of the cave, all grunting like him. All swilling and gnawing and hulking. His poker night, you call it, this party of apes. Somebody growls, some creature snatches at something, and the fight is on. God! Maybe we are a long way from being made in God's image, but Stella, my sister, there has been some progress since then. Such things as art, as music and poetry, such kinds of new light have come into the world since then. In some people, some tenderer feelings have started to grow that we have got to cling to and hold as our flag. In this dark march toward whatever it is we're approaching, don't hang back with the brutes.
Hey, Stella.
Stanley, still,
What are you laughing at, honey?
myself for being such a liar. I'm writing Shep a letter. Darling Shep, we are spending summer on the way, making flying visits here and there, and who knows, perhaps I shall take a sudden notion to swoop down on Dallas. How would you feel about that? Forewarned is forearmed, as they say. How's that sound? Most of my sister's friends go north for the summer, but some of them have homes on the Gulf, and there has been a continued round of entertainments, teas, cocktails, and luncheons.
What are you going on about? I heard about doing that law. That's a damn lie.
You can't pull the wool over my eyes. I wouldn't care if you take down the court, but you always grow up.
Whoever seen me Was she here? Nah, she's down at the Four Deuces.
That rotten hole!
I must jot that down. I'm compiling a list in my notebook of quaint little words and phrases I've picked up since I've been here.
You won't pick up nothing you haven't heard before.
Can I count on that?
You can count on that up to 500.
My, that's a mighty high number. What sign were you born under?
Sign.
Astrological sign. I bet you were born under Aries. Aries people are forceful and dynamic. They dote on noise. They like to bang things around. You probably had a lot of banging around in the army, and now that you're out, you make up for it by treating inanimate objects with such a fury.
Stanley was born just 5 minutes after Christmas.
Oh. Capricorn, the goat.
Well, what sign was you born?
Oh, well, my birthday is next month, the 15th of September. That's under the sign of Virgo.
What's a Virgo?
Virgo is the virgin.
Ha! Say, you ever heard of someone named Shaw?
Why, everybody's heard of somebody named Shaw.
Yeah, well, this someone named Shaw has the impression he met you tomorrow. But I said, must have you mixed up with some other party. Since this other someone we met at a hotel called Flamingo.
Well, I'm afraid you did have me mixed up with this other party. The Hotel Flamingo is not the sort of establishment I would dare to be seen in.
But you've heard.
I've seen it and smelled it.
You must have been pretty close if you could smell it.
The odor of cheap perfume is penetrating.
That stuff you wear is expensive.
$25 an ounce. I'm nearly out. That's just a hint if you want to remember my birthday.
I'll just have Shaw check on her. Goes through Laura all the time. Clear up any mistake. Hey! Meet you down at the Four Deuces.
Hey, don't I read one, kids?
Not in front of the bird.
Stella, what have you heard about me?
Heard?
What have people been telling you about me?
Well,
You haven't heard any unkind gossip about me?
about you, Blanche.
Honey, there was a good deal of talk in Laurel.
Well, of course not, Blanche.
I wasn't so good the last couple of years after Bell Rabbit started to slip through my fingers.
Everybody's got something we're ashamed of.
I was never hard or self-sufficient enough. When people are soft people have got to shimmer and glow. They've got to put on soft colors, the colors of butterfly wings, and put a paper lantern over the light. It's not enough to be soft. You have to be soft and attractive. Nah, I'm fading now. I don't know how much longer I can turn the trick. Are you listening to me?
I don't listen to you while you're being morbid.
Is that soda for me?
It's not for anyone else.
Oh, why, you precious thing, you. Is it just a soda?
You mean you want a shot, man?
Shot never did a soda any harm. You mustn't wait on me. Let me do it.
Blanche, I'd like to wait on you. Reminds me more of home.
I must admit that I love to be waited on. You're so good to me, and I'm so...
Blanche!
I know you hate me to be sentimental, but believe me, I feel things more than I tell you. I promise I'll go. I'll go soon.
Blanche!
I'll go. I'll go really. I won't hang around until he throws me out.
Stop talking foolish.
Yes, honey. Watch how you pour. The busy stuff foams over. Oh, right on my rest. I want to breathe quietly again. Yes, I want Mitch very badly. Just think, if it happens, I can leave here and not be anyone's problem.
It will happen.
It will.
Yes, it will. But not another drink.
Well, I guess it must be pretty late and you're tired.
Even the hot tamale man has deserted the street and he hangs on till the end. How will you get home?
Oh, I'll walk over to Bourbon and catch an owl car.
Is that streetcar named Desire still grinding along the tracks at this hour?
I'm afraid you haven't gotten much fun out of this evening, Blanche.
I spoiled it for you.
Oh, no, you didn't. The whole time I felt like I wasn't giving you much entertainment.
I simply couldn't rise to the occasion, that was all. I don't think I ever tried so hard to be gay and made such a dismal mess of it. I get 10 points for trying, though. I did try.
Why did you try so hard, Blanche, if you didn't feel like it?
I was just obeying the law of nature.
Which law is that?
The law that says the lady must entertain the gentleman or no dice. See if you can locate my door key in this purse. When I'm so tired, my fingers are all thumbs.
Is this it?
No, honey, that's the key to my trunk, which I must soon be packing.
You mean you're leaving here soon?
I've overstayed my welcome.
Is this it?
Eureka! Honey, you open the door. I want to take a last look at the sky. I'm looking for the Pleiades, the Seven Sisters, but these girls are not out tonight. Oh, yes, they are. Oh, there they are. God bless them. On a bunch coming home from their little bridge party. Did you get the door? Good boy. I guess you want to go now?
Can I kiss you goodnight?
Why do you always ask me if you may?
I don't know if you went with you or not.
Why should you be so doubtful?
That night we parked by the lake and I kissed you.
Oh, honey, it wasn't the kiss I objected to. I liked the kiss very much. It was the other little familiarity I felt obliged to discourage. Oh, I didn't resent it, not a bit in the world. In fact, I was somewhat flattered that you desired me, but, honey, you know as well as I do that a single girl, a girl alone in the world has got to keep a firm hold on her emotions or she'll be lost.
Lost?
I guess you are used to girls that like to get lost, kind that get lost immediately on the first date.
I like you exactly the way you are. And in all my experience, I've never known anyone like you. Are you laughing at me?
No, honey. The lord and lady of the house have not yet returned, so come in, one nightcap. Let's leave the lights off, shall we?
You just do whatever you want.
The other room's more comfortable. Go on in. This crashing around the dark is my search for some liquor.
You want a drink?
I want you to have a drink. You've been so anxious and solemn all evening, and so have I. We've both been anxious and solemn, and now with these last few remaining moments of our lives together, I want to create joie de vivre. Unlight a candle.
Well, that's good.
We are going to be very bohemian. Oh, we are going to pretend that we are sitting in a little artist cafe on the left bank of Paris. Je suis la dame à Camille. Vous êtes Armand. Understand French?
No.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Vous ne comprenez pas? Ah, quel dommage. I mean, it's a damn good thing. I have found some liquor. Just enough of 2 shots with no dividends, honey.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, go and sit down. Take off your coat and loosen your collar.
I better leave it on.
Oh, no, I want you to be comfortable.
I am ashamed of the way I perspire. My shirt is sticking to me.
Oh, well, perspiration is healthy. If people didn't perspire, they'd die in 5 minutes. Well, that's a nice coat. What kind of material is it?
Well, they call that stuff alpaca.
Oh, alpaca.
It's a very lightweight alpaca.
Oh, lightweight alpaca.
I don't like to wear a wash coat in the summer because I sweat through it.
Oh,
A man with my build has got to be careful what he puts on it, so he doesn't look too clumsy.
you don't look too clumsy.
You don't think so?
You are not a delicate type. You have a very imposing physique.
Well, thank you. Last Christmas, I was given a membership to the New Orleans Athletic Club.
Oh, good.
I go there and I work out with the weights and I swim. I keep myself fit. Before I started going there, I was getting soft in the belly. But now my belly's so hard, man can punch me in the belly and it won't even hurt me. Go on, punch me, see?
Gracious.
Guess how much I weigh, man.
Somewhere in the vicinity of 180?
Yes, again.
Oh, not so much.
No, more. I weigh almost 190 pounds, but I'm almost 6'1" in my bare feet without my shoes on. That's what I weigh stripped.
Oh, goodness me, it's all inspiring.
That weight's not a very interesting subject to talk about. What's yours?
My weight?
Yeah.
Guess.
Let me lift you.
Samson, go on lifting. Oh, well. Well,
Oh, you're as light as a feather.
you may release me now. I said, unhand me, sir.
Oh.
Now, Mitch, just because Stanley and Stella are not at home is no reason why you shouldn't behave like a gentleman.
Give me a slap whenever I get out of bounds.
Oh, that won't be necessary. You are a natural gentleman, one of the very few that are left in the world. Well, I don't want you to think that I'm severe or old maid school teacherish or anything. It's just that, well, I guess it's just that I have old-fashioned ideals.
Where's Stanley and Stella tonight?
Oh, they've gone out with Mr. and Mrs. Hubble upstairs.
Where did they go?
Oh, I think they were planning to see a midnight preview at Lowe's State.
We should all go out together some night.
No, that would not be a good plan.
You don't think so?
You are an old friend of Stanley's?
We was together in the 241st.
I guess he talks to you frankly?
Sure.
Has he talked to you about me?
No, not much.
The way that you say that, I suspect that he has.
No, he hasn't said much.
But what he has said, what would you say his attitude toward me was?
Why would you ask that, Blanche?
Well,
Don't you get along with him?
what do you think?
I don't think he understands you.
That is putting it mildly. Why, he goes out of his way to offend me.
In what way?
Why, in every conceivable way.
I'm surprised to hear that.
Are you?
See how anybody could be rude to you.
Well, it really is a pretty frightful situation. See, there's no privacy here. There's just these portières between the two rooms at night, and he stops around in his underwear at night. And I have to ask him to close the bathroom door. That sort of calmness isn't necessary. You probably wonder why I don't move out. Well, I'll tell you frankly, a teacher's salary is barely sufficient for her living expenses, and I didn't save a penny last year, so I had to come here for the summer. And that's why I have to put up with my sister's husband, and apparently he has to put up with me, so much against his wishes. Surely he's told you how much he hates me.
Oh, I don't think he hates you.
He hates me, or why would he insult me? The first time I laid eyes on him, I said to myself, that man is my executioner. That man will destroy me unless I... Yes, honey.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, yes, what?
How old are you?
Oh. Why do you want to know?
Well, I was talking to my mother about you the other day, and she asked me, how old is Blanche? And I was unable to tell her.
You talked to your mother about me?
Yes.
Why?
I told her how nice you were, that I liked you.
Were you sincere about that?
You know I was.
Why did your mother want to know my age?
Well, mother's sick.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. Badly?
Yes. She won't live long. Probably just a few months.
Oh.
She worries because I'm not settled.
Oh?
She wants me to be settled before she...
You love her very much, don't you?
Yes.
I think you have a great capacity for devotion. You will be lonely when she passes on, won't you?
Yes.
I know what that is.
Be lonely?
I loved somebody too once, and the person I loved I lost.
Dead. A man.
He was a boy. He was just a boy when I was a very young girl. I was 16 when I made the discovery. Love. All at once, and much, much too completely. It's like you had suddenly turned a blinding light on something that had always been half in shadow. That's how it struck the world for me. But I was unlucky, deluded. There was something different about the boy, a nervousness, a softness and tenderness, which wasn't like a man's, although he wasn't the least bit effeminate looking. Still, that thing was there. He came to me for help. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything until after our marriage, when we'd run away and come back, and all I knew was that I had failed him in some mysterious way, and I wasn't able to give him the help he needed but couldn't speak of. He was falling in the quicksands and clutching at me, but I wasn't holding him out. I was slipping in with him. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything except that I loved him unendurably, but without being able to help him or help myself. And then I found out in the worst of all possible ways by coming suddenly into a room which I thought was empty, but which wasn't empty, but had two people in it. The boy I had married and an older man who had been his friend for years. Afterwards, the three of us pretended that nothing had been discovered, yes. The three of us drove out to Moonlake Casino, very drunk and laughing all the way. We danced the Vesuviana. Suddenly, the boy I married broke away from me on the dance floor and ran out of the casino. A few moments later, I was shot. I ran out, all did. All terrible thing at the edge of the lake. I couldn't get close for the crowd, and somebody caught my arm. Stay back, don't go any closer. You don't want to see. See what? Then somebody called out Alan, the gray boy. He had put the revolver into his mouth and fired so that the back of his head had been blown away. It was because on the dance floor, unable to stop myself, I suddenly said, I saw. I know. You disgust me. And then the light that had been turned on all the world was suddenly turned off again. And never for one moment since has there been any light stronger than this kitchen candle.
You need somebody. And I need somebody too. Could it be you and me, Blanche?
Sometimes there's God so quickly.
What's all this for?
Honey, it's Blanche's birthday.
She here?
In the bathroom.
Washing out some things?
I reckon so.
How long she been in there?
All afternoon?
Soaking in the hot tub.
Yes.
Temperature 100 on the nose. She's soaking in the hot tub.
She says it cools her off for the evening.
Why don't you sit down a minute?
But, Stanley, I've got things to do.
I said sit down. I got the dirt on your old big sister, Stella.
Stanley, lately you've been doing all you can think of to rub her the wrong way.
That girl calls me common.
Stanley, stop picking on Blanche. She's sensitive, and you've got to realize that she and I have been brought up under different circumstances than you have.
So I've been told, and told, and told. But I found out some things.
What things?
Things I already suspected. But now I got proof from the most reliable sources, which I have checked on.
Lower your voice.
Some inherent bird.
Now please tell me quietly what you think you found out about my sister.
Lie number one. All this squeamishness she puts on. You gotta hear the lies she's been feeding to Mitch. Now, he thinks you've never even been more than kissed by a fella. But Sister Blanche is no lily. Some lily she is.
What do you think you've heard? Tell me quietly.
Shaw, our supply man down at the plant. Been going through Laura for years. He knows all about your sister. The rest of the town of Laurel knows all about your sister. Why, she's as famous in Laurel as the President of the United States. Only she's not respected by any party. See, Shaw stops at this hotel called the Flamingo.
It's only a paper balloon sailing over a cloud sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me.
What about the Flamingo?
She stayed there too.
My sister lived at Bel Rev.
This is after the home place slipped through her lily white fingers. See, she moved to the Flamingo. Second-class hotel. Which has the advantage of not interfering with the private social lives of those who frequent there. Flamingos used to all sorts of goings on. And even the management of the Flamingo was so impressed with Dame Blanche that they asked her to turn in her room key for permanently. This happened just a couple weeks before she showed up here.
It's a bottom and baby world, just as phony as it can be.
What
See why you'd be upset by that? Pull the wool over your eyes just as well as Mitch's.
It's pure invention. I don't believe a word of it. And if some man had dared to invent such things in my presence, well,
Honey, I told you. I thoroughly checked on these stories. Now you wait till I finish. The problem with Dame Blanche, she couldn't put on her act anymore in law. Not in law. Fellas get wised up after 2 or 3 days and then quit. She moved on to the next one. Same old line, same old act, same old who. That town is too small to go on like that forever. After a while, she became known as a town character. Regarded not only as different, but as downright local. Nuts. For the last year or two, she's been washed up like poison. That's why she's here this summer, visiting royalty, putting on all this act. Because she's been practically told by the mayor to get out of town. You know there was an army base outside of Lowell? Your sister's place was known as Out of Bounds. So much for her being such a particular and refined type of woman. Which leads us to lie number 2.
I don't want to hear more.
She's not going back to teach school. Matter of fact, you're willing to bet she had no intention of going back to law in the first place. She resigned temporarily because of her nerves. She got kicked out of that high school before the spring term ended. And I hate to be the one to have to tell you why that step was taken. 17-year-old boy she got mixed up with.
It's a fun and baby world, just as phony as it can be.
This is making me sick.
Boy's dad found out about it. Got in touch with the school superintendent. Boy, oh boy, I love to have been in that office when Dame Blanche was called the cop. I'd love to see her try and squirrel her way out of that one. They had her on the hook good and proper this time. She knew the jig was all up. Yeah. They told her, let's move on, some fresh territory. Practically a town ordinance put out against her.
Stella, would you give me another bath towel for my hair? I have just washed it.
Yes, Blanche.
Well, what's the matter, honey?
Nada? Why?
You have the strangest expression on your face.
Oh, guess I'm just tired.
Oh, well, why don't you, get in the hot tub right after I'm out?
How long do you think that's going to be?
Not too terribly long. Possess your soul in patience.
Not my soul, it's my kidneys I'm worried about. Well, what do you think?
I don't believe a word of it. And I think in supply man is mean and rotten and tell those stories. It's possible that some of them are probably true. Of things that Blanche did or I didn't approve of. Things that caused sorrow back home. She was always flighty.
Why?
When she was young, very young, she married a boy who wrote poetry. A very handsome and talented boy, who she not only adored, but worshipped the ground he walked on. She thought him almost too fine to be human. Then she found out.
What?
That this beautiful and talented young man was a degenerate, farm man tell you that?
All we discussed was recent history. Must have happened a very long time ago.
Yes, it was a very long time ago.
How many candles you putting on that cake?
I'll stop at 25.
You expecting company?
We invited Mitch over for cake and ice cream.
Yeah, I wouldn't be expecting Mitch over tonight.
Stanley Kowalski, could you repeat what that man said?
Look, Mitch is a buddy of mine. We was in the same outfit together. 2 41st engineers. We bowled on the same team and we worked at the same plant. Wouldn't you be through with her if all of a sudden you found out all
I say, is Mitch through with her?
No! Not necessarily through with it. Just wised up.
Stanley, Blanche thought he was going to marry her. I was hoping so too.
Well, he's not going to marry her. Maybe he was. He's not going to jump into a tank with a school full of shops.
What is she going to do? She doesn't have work to go back to.
She's not staying here past Tuesday. And you know that, right?
What do you mean?
Just to make sure, I bought her a ticket myself. A bus ticket.
Stanley, Blanche wouldn't go on.
Oh, she'll go. And she'll like it.
No, she won't, Stanley. No, she won't.
She'll go! P.S. She'll go on Tuesday.
What is she going to do? What on earth is she going to do?
Her future's mapped out for her.
What do you mean?
Hey, Blanche! Sister Blanche, can I get in my bathroom? Having already waited an hour, 1 second you pass in a hurry!
Oh, I feel so good and cool after my long hot bath.
Do you, Blanche?
I do, so good and cool and rested, so refreshed. I always say a hot bath and a long cold drink gives you a brand new outlook on life. Something happened. What is it?
Nothing, Blanche. Nothing's happened.
You're lying. Something has. Tell us a little joke, Stanley. Tell us a funny story. Something to make us all laugh. I don't know what's the matter. We're all so solemn. Is it because I've been stood up by my beau? It's the first time in my entire experience with men, and I've had a good deal of all sorts, that I've ever actually been stood up by anybody. I don't know how to take it. Tell us a funny little story, something to help us out.
Didn't think you liked any of my stories, Blanche.
Well, I like them when they're amusing, but not indecent.
Don't think I know any stories refined enough for your taste.
Then let me tell one.
Yes, you tell a story, Blanche. Used to know a lot of good stories.
Well, let me see now. I must run through my repertoire. Oh yes, I like parrot stories. Do y'all like parrot stories? Well, this one's about the old maid and the parrot. This old maid, she had a parrot, cursed a blue streak, and knew more vulgar expressions than Mr. Kowalski. And the only way to hush the parrot up was to put the cover back over the cage so that it would think it was night and go back to sleep. Well, one morning, the old maid had just uncovered the parrot for the day when who should she see coming up the front walk but the preacher? Well, she ran back to the parrot and slipped the cover back over the cage, and then she let in the preacher, and the parrot was perfectly still, just as quiet as a mouse. But just as she was about to ask the preacher how much sugar he wanted in his coffee, the parrot broke the silence with a loud and said, "God damn, but that was a short day." Apparently, Mr. Kowalski was not amused.
Mr. Kowalski is too busy making a pig of himself to think of anything else.
That's right, baby.
Your face and your fingers are disgustingly greasy. Go and wash them and help me clear the table.
That's how I clear the table. Pig. Vulgar. Greasy Pollock. Them words have been on you and your sister's mouth. Too much around here. What do you think you are? Couple of queens? You remember what Hugo Long said. That every man is a king. And I'm king around here. I'm king around here. And don't you forget it. Now, my place is clear. You want me to clear your places?
Stella, what did he tell you when I was a baby?
Nothing.
I think he told you something about Mitch and me. You know why Mitch didn't come tonight, but you won't tell me. I'm going to call him on the phone.
It's not a good idea, Blanche.
I'm going to call him on the phone.
I wish you wouldn't.
I intend to be giving some explanation from somebody.
I hope you're pleased with your doings. I've never had so much trouble swallowing food in my entire life. Look at that girl's face in that empty chair.
Yes, hello. I'd like to speak with Mr. Mitchell, if I may. Oh, well, I'd like to leave a number then. Magnolia 9047. And tell him it's very important that he call. Yes, very important. Thank you.
Look, Stella. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. She's had the baby. Once she leaves, it's just the way it was. Remember just the way it was? Making them noises in the night. Getting them colored lights moving. It's the way it was. Not someone's sister in the other room that hears.
And then it was the red bottle cap was the only one he had. Oh, I love you, baby.
I love you too, honey.
Stephen Eunice.
Come on back in. Blanche.
Yes. Such pretty little candles. Oh, don't burn them, Stella.
I certainly will.
You ought to save those for babies' birthdays. Oh, I hope the candles glow in his life, and I hope his eyes will be like two candles, like two blue candles lighted in a white cave.
What poetry.
I shouldn't have called him.
There's lots of things that could have happened, Blanche.
There's no excuse for it, Stella. I don't have to put up with insults. I won't be taken for granted.
Damn, it's hot in that steam from the bathroom.
I said I was sorry 3 times. I take hot baths for my
So don't you ever call me a Pollock.
That's for me, I'm sure.
I'm not sure. Keep your seat. Hello? Yeah, howdy, Mac.
Oh, get your hands off me. What's the matter with you? Why are you looking at me with that pitying look?
Keep it down in there. Sorry, Mac. Got a couple of noisy women on the place. Yeah? Ooh. No, I don't want to ball it around tonight. Oh, I had a little bit of trouble with Riley last week. I'm the team captain, ain't I? All right. We're not going to bowl it, Riley. Let's bowl it the west side of the gap. All right. See you then, man. Sister Blanche. Have a little birthday remembrance for you.
Oh, have you, Stan? I wasn't expecting any. I don't know why Stella wants to observe my birthday when you turn 27. Age is a subject you prefer to ignore.
27.
What is it? Is it for me?
Here. I hope you like it.
Why?
Ticket! A bus ticket! Leaves on the Greyhound! Back to Laurel on Tuesday! Well?
You didn't need to do that to someone as alone as she is.
Delicate thing she is.
She is. She was. You didn't know Blanche as a girl. No one was as tender and trusting as she was until people like you used her and forced her to change.
Look. When you first met me, you thought I was common. Well, all right, you was. I am common. Common as dirt. You showed me a picture, that place with the columns. And I took you down off them columns. And how do you love it? Hmm? Didn't you love it? Making them noises in the night. Didn't you love getting them color lights moving? You was happy then. Wasn't we happy till she showed up here? You was happy. And she showed up, describing me as an ape, all hoity-toity. Wasn't we happy then? Stella, what's wrong?
Take me to the hospital.
Who is it, please?
Me, Mitch.
Mitch. Just a minute. Why, Mitch. I shouldn't let you in tonight after the way you treated me. So utterly uncavalier. Hello, beautiful. My, what a cold shoulder. And such uncouth apparel. Why, you haven't even shaved. The unforgivable insult to a lady. But I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you because it is so good to see you. You stuffed that poker tuna head caught in my head. Have you ever had anything awful caught in your head? No. Of course you haven't, you dumb angel puss. You'd never get anything awful caught in your head.
What's that hanging on?
Oh, no.
boxed out of your mind.
Oh, well, I'll go and see what we have in the way of... Oh, by the way, forgive me for not being dressed. I've practically given you up. Had you forgotten your invitation to supper?
I wasn't going to see you anymore.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't hear what you're saying, and you talk so seldom that when you do, I don't want to miss a single syllable of it. What am I looking for around here? Oh, yes. Oh, thanks. Oh, take your foot off the bed. It's got a light cover on it. I've done so much with the place since I've been here.
I bet you have.
You saw it before I came. Well, look at it now. The place is almost dainty. I want to keep it that way. I wonder what this stuff is. If it ought to be mixed with something.
If you don't know, it must belong to Stan.
Why? It's sweet. It's terribly, terribly sweet. Why, it's a liqueur, I believe. Yes, that's what it is, a liqueur. I'm afraid you won't like it, but try it and you might.
I told you before I don't want none of Stan's liquor, and I meant it. You ought to lay off of his liquor. Says you've been lapping it up all summer like a wildcat.
What a fantastic statement. Fantastic of him to say it. Fantastic of you to repeat it. I won't descend to the level of such cheap accusations to answer them even.
Huh?
What's in your mind? I see something in your eyes.
It's dark in here.
I like the dark. The dark is confidence to me.
I don't think I've ever seen you in the light. That's a fact.
Is it?
I've never seen you in the afternoon.
Whose fault is that? Admit you'll have plans in the afternoon.
Not on Sunday afternoon. I've asked you to go out with me before on Sundays. You always make an excuse. You don't like to go out anywhere until after 6, and then it's someplace that's not lighted much.
There is some obscure meaning in all of this, but I fail to catch it.
What it means is, I've never gotten a real good look at you, Blanche.
Of course, you don't really mean to be insulting.
No, just realistic.
I don't want realism. I want magic.
Ha!
Yes, magic. I try to give that to people. I misrepresent things to them. I don't tell the truth. I tell what ought to be true. And if that is simple, then let me be damned for
Let's
it.
turn the light on here.
Don't turn on the light.
I don't mind you being older than what I thought and all. But the rest of it, Christ. That pitch about your old-fashioned ideals. The malarkey you've been dishing out all summer. Oh, I knew you weren't 16 anymore. But I was fool enough to believe you were straight.
Who told you I wasn't straight? My loving brother-in-law? And you believed him?
I called him a liar at first. Then I checked on the story. First with the supply man who travels through Laurel, and then I spoke directly to this merchant.
Who is this merchant?
To Fiber.
The merchant Kafala of Laurel? I know the man. He whistled at me. I put him in his place. So now for revenge, he makes up stories about me?
To Fiber, Stanley, and Shaw. All three of them swore to them.
Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. And such a filthy tub.
Didn't you stay at a hotel called the Flamingo?
Flamingo? No. Tarantula was the name of it. I stayed at a hotel called the Tarantula Arms.
Tarantula?
Yes, a big spider. That's where I brought on the victims. Yes. I had many intimacies with strangers. After the death of Alvin, intimacies with strangers was all I seemed able to fill my empty heart with. I think it was panic. Just panic that drove me from one to another, hunting for some protection here and there. The most unlikely places, even at last, in a 17-year-old boy. But somebody wrote the high school superintendent, said, "This woman is morally unfit for her position." came here, there was nowhere left for me to go. I was played out. Do you know what played out is? My youth had suddenly gone at the water spout, and I met you. And you said you needed somebody. Well, I needed somebody too. I thank God for you because you seem to be gentle, a cleft in the rock of the world I could hide in. But I guess I was hoping, asking too much. Father, Stanley, and Shaw have all tied an old tin can to the tail of the kite.
You lied to me, Blanche.
Don't say I lied to you.
Lies, lies. Inside now. All lies.
Never inside. I didn't lie to you in my heart.
Flores, vamos muertos, Flores.
Oh, somebody outside?
Flores, vamos muertos.
No, not now.
Flores para los muertos.
Crumble and fade. Regrets, recriminations. If you hadn't done this, it wouldn't have cost me that.
Corones para los muertos, corones.
Legacies, huh? And other such things as bloodstained pillow slips. Her linen needs changing. Yes, Mother, but couldn't we get a color bill to do it? No, of course we couldn't. Nothing left.
Flores.
Death. I sat there and she would sit over there and death was closer than you are. We didn't dare even admit we had ever heard of it.
Flores para los muertos, Flores.
So do you wonder? How could you possibly wonder? The opposite is desire. Outside of Bel Rev, not far from Bel Rev, before we had lost it, there was a camp where they trained young soldiers. On Saturday nights, they would go into town to get drunk.
Corones.
And later they would stumble onto my lawn, call out, Blanche! Blanche! The deaf old lady remaining suspected nothing, but sometimes I went outside to answer their calls. Later the paddy wagon would gather them up like daisies. A long way home. What do you want?
What I've been missing all summer.
Well, then marry me, Midge.
I don't think I want to marry you anymore.
No.
You're not clean enough to bring in the house with my mother.
Go away then. Get out of here quick before I start screaming fire. Get out of here quick before I start screaming fire. Fire! 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 How the hell taking a swim? A moonlight swim down at the old rock quarry? That is, if anybody's sober enough to drive a car. That's the way to stop your head buzzing. But you have to be careful to dive where the deep pool is. You hit a rock, you don't come up till tomorrow. How is my sister?
It's okay.
And how's the baby?
Doc said the baby won't come till tomorrow. Told me to go home and get a little shut-eye.
Does that mean we ought to be alone in here?
Does indeed. Unless you got someone hid under the bed. You got on that fine feathers for.
Oh, that's right. You left before my wire came.
You got a wire.
I got a telegram from an old beau of mine.
Anything good?
I think so. An invitation.
To what? Fireman's ball?
to a cruise to the Caribbean on a yacht.
Well, what do you know?
I've never been so surprised in my life.
I guess not.
Came like a bolt from out of the blue.
Who'd you say it was from again?
An old admirer of mine.
Same one who gave you that fine foxfur.
Mr. Shep Huntley. I ran into him last Christmas on Biscayne Boulevard, and I hadn't seen him since then. And just now, this wire invited me on a cruise to the Caribbean. The problem was clothes. I tore into my trunk to see what I had that was suitable for the tropics.
Come up with that gorgeous diamond tiara.
This old relic, it's only rhinestones.
Gosh, thought it was Tiffany diamonds.
Well, anyhow, I shall be entertained in style.
Goes to show you never know what's coming.
Just when I thought my luck had begun to fail me,
Into the picture pops this Miami millionaire.
this man is not from Miami. This man is from Dallas.
This man is from Dallas.
Yes, Dallas, where gold spouts out of the ground.
As long as he's from somewhere.
Close your curtain before you undress any further.
That's all I'm gonna undress for now. Look, you seen a bottle opener? Use that as his cousin. He can open a beer bottle with his teeth. That's all he could do. His only function, his only accomplishment. He's just a human bottle opener. Then one day, at a wedding party, crack! Broke his front teeth clean off. After that, he was so ashamed, he used to run and hide when the company comes. Woo! Rain from heaven. Hey, what do you say we take a dash? Make this a lovely cup.
No, thank you.
Come on. Red letter night close. Me having a baby, and you and your millionaire.
What are you doing in here?
It's something I don't break out on special occasions. Pajamas I wore on my wedding night.
Oh.
Now, phone rings. They say you have a son. I'm going to take him off and wave him around my head like a flag.
When I think of how divine it is going to be to have such a thing as privacy once more, I can weep with joy.
This millionaire, he's not going to interfere with your privacy.
Not the sort of thing you're thinking of. This man is a gentleman and he respects me. What he wants is my companionship. Having great wealth sometimes makes people lonely. But a cultivated woman, a woman of breeding and intelligence, can enrich such a man's life immeasurably. I have these things, this doesn't take them away. Physical beauty is passive and transitory possession. The beauty of the mind and richness of the spirit and tenderness of the heart. And I have all those things. Not taken away, but grow, increase with the years. How strange that I should be called a destitute woman when I have all these treasures locked in my heart. But I have been foolish, casting my pearls before swine.
Swine, huh?
Yes, swine. Swine! And I think not only of you when I say that, but of your friend, Mr. Mitchell. He came to see me tonight. He dared come here in his work clothes and repeating slander and vicious stories he had gotten from you. So I gave him his walking papers.
You did, huh?
Yes, but then he came back. He came back with a box of roses to beg my forgiveness. He implored my forgiveness. But some things are not forgivable. Deliberate cruelty is not forgivable. It is the one unforgivable thing in my opinion, and the one thing which I have never been guilty of. So I told him, I said to him, thank you, but it was foolish of me to think that we could ever adapt ourselves to one another. Our ways of life are too different. Our attitudes and our backgrounds are incompatible. We must be realistic about such things. So farewell, my friend, and let there be no hard feelings.
Now, was this before or after you got the wire?
What wire? Oh, no, it was after. As a matter of fact, the wire came.
As a matter of fact, there was no wire at all.
Oh.
And Mitch didn't come back here. Because I know where he's been.
Oh.
And a goddamn thing of imagination. And conceit, and lies, and tricks.
Oh.
And look at yourself. Look at yourself! That worn out Mardi Gras outfit. Rented for 50 cents from some rag pickup. With this crazy crowd on.
Oh, God.
What kind of queen you think you are? See, I've been honest with you from the start. Not once did you pull the wool over this woman's eyes. You come in here, and you sprinkle the place with powder. Spray the perfume. Put a lampshade over the light. And lo and behold, the place is transformed into Egypt, and you are the queen of the Nile, sitting there on your throne and guzzling down my liquor. Well, I say, ha. You hear me? Ha! Ha!
Leave me alone! I'd like to call long distance, please. I'd like to speak with Mr. Shep Huntley of Dallas. Yes. Oh, he's so well known, he doesn't require any address. Well, just ask anybody who... Oh, no, I couldn't possibly find him, I know. No, please, wait, please, you don't understand. Please, oh, hold on. Someone is... Hold on, please. Forget long distance. Give me Western Union. There's a time to be Western. Western Union. Western Union. Yes. I'd like you to take down this message, please. In desperate situation. Help me. Caught in the trap. Caught in the trouble.
Let the phone off the hook.
Let me get by you.
Get by me? Sure. Go ahead.
You stand over there.
Look, you got plenty of room to get by.
Not with you there. But I have to get out.
What are you putting on now? You think I'd interfere with you? Come to think of it. Maybe you wouldn't be too bad to interfere with.
Don't you near me another. Check her out. Something awful will happen. It will. I warn you. I'm in danger.
What are you going to do with that?
I'm going to twist the end in your face.
I bet you would do that.
I will if you...
So you want some rough house then? Let's have some rough house. Drop that knife. Drop that knife. Tyler. Now, we've had this day come from the beginning. True to an inside straight and made, by God.
Tennesse, suelto!
Put it in the streets, boss.
Cursing your rotten life.
You know what luck is? Luck is believing in life. Take its letter. I knew the 4 our fathers could not come back, but I would, and I did. See, see, I write that down as a rule. You want to be first position in this rat race, you got to believe you're lucky. Oh, brag. It's full. Full. What's wrong with it?
I always did say men were callous things with no feelings, but this does beat everything. Making pigs of yourself.
Wrong turn.
How's my baby girl?
She's sleeping like a little angel. I brought you some grapes. Blanche,
Haven.
how is
She wouldn't eat anything but ask for a drink.
she? What did you tell her?
I told her she was going to rest in the country. She's got it mixed in her mind with Chef Huntley.
Stella, if anybody calls while I'm bathing, take down the number and tell them I'll call them right back. Oh, and the cool yellow silk, the boucle, see if it's crushed. If it's not crushed, I'll wear it. Oh, and see if you can find the silver and turquoise pin in the shape of a seahorse. You'll find it in the heart-shaped box I keep my accessories in. And see if you can locate a bunch of artificial violets to pin with the seahorse on the lapel of the jacket.
I don't know if she did the right thing.
Well, honey, what else could you do?
I couldn't believe the story and go on living with Stanley.
Don't you ever believe it. Life has to go on. No matter what happens, you just gotta keep on going.
Is the coast clear?
Yes, Blanche. Tell her how wonderful she's looking.
Oh, please close the curtains before I come out.
They're closed, Blanche.
I've just washed my hair. I'm not sure I got all the soap out.
Such fine hair.
It's a problem. Didn't I get a call? From who? Why, from Chef Huntley.
Why not yet, Blanche?
Well, how strange. Oh. What's going on here? What is happening here? I want to know what is going on here.
Hush, honey.
Oh, why?
Please, Blanche.
Why are you looking at me like that? Is something wrong with me?
You look wonderful, Blanche. Don't she look wonderful?
Yes.
I understand you're going on a trip.
Yes, Blanche is. She's going on vacation.
I'm green with envy.
Help me get dressed.
Is this what you want?
Yes, it will do, it will do. I'm anxious to get out of this place. This place is a trap.
Such a pretty blue jacket, honey.
It's lilac color.
You're both wrong. Stella Robbia blue, like the blue in the Lowenthal Madonna pictures. Are these grapes washed?
Huh?
Washed. I said, are they washed?
They're from the French market.
That doesn't mean they've been washed. Those cathedral bells are the only clean thing in the corner. Well, I'm going now. I'm ready to go.
She'll leave before they get here.
Blanche, wait.
I don't want to pass in front of those men.
We'll just wait till the game breaks up there.
Sit down.
I can smell the sea air. The rest of my time I'm going to spend on the sea. And when I die, I shall die on the sea. You know what I shall die of? I shall die of eating an unwashed grape. One day out on the ocean, my hand of some nice-looking ship's doctor, a very young one, with a thin blonde mustache and a big silver watch. Oh, lady, they'll say, the quinine did her no good. That unwashed grape transported her soul to heaven. And I'll be buried at sea, sewn up in a clean white sack, and dropped overboard at noon in the blaze of summer into an ocean as blue as my first lover's eyes.
That must be them.
What is it?
Oh, excuse me while I go see who's at the door.
I wonder if it's for me.
Someone's calling for Blanche.
It is for me. Is it the gentleman
I believe that it is him.
Oh, I'm not quite ready. Ask him to wait outside. But everything happened.
My toilet articles are still out.
They're waiting in the front of the house.
They? Who's they?
Well, there's a lady with them.
I cannot imagine who this lady could be. How is she dressed?
Sort of a plain tailored outfit, I think.
Possibly she's.
Shall we go?
We have to go through that room.
I'll go with you.
How do I look?
Lovely.
Lovely.
Please don't get up. I'm only passing through.
How do you do?
You are not the gentleman I was expecting. That man is in ship only.
Now, Blanche, you forget something?
Yes! Yes! I forgot something!
You better go on in there, Doc.
Let's bring out.
Hello, Blanche.
She said she forgot something.
That's all right.
I don't know you. I don't know you. I want to be left alone.
What did you forget, Blanche?
Don't matter. We'll pick it up later. Now, Blanche.
Now, Blanche, Blanche! You didn't leave nothing here. And you put me out. This lampshade?
What have I done to my sister?
It's only she couldn't stay here and she had nowhere else to go, honey.
These fingernails are gonna have to be trimmed. Jacket, doctor.
Not unless necessary. Mr. Walker, that will not be necessary.
Ask her to let go of me.
Let go of her.
Whoever you are, I have always depended on the kindness of strangers. Blanche!